So over the last few weeks of the market's been really slow. There hasn't been a lot of great opportunities to choose from, but recently we had some really nice movers in the market. Last trading session on Friday, and then coming into today on Monday, I've had two really nice winning days, and it really puts a lot of more confidence into my strategy and what I've been trading. And so I've been trading two sides of the market. First, I've been trading to the long side, looking for those high volatility plays. And then the second thing that I've been looking for is short opportunities to short the stock and sell for or buy back for a profit later on as the stock fades down. And I ended up catching one of the biggest winners I have had on the short side as of recently, and it's been one of my biggest winners overall for the last couple weeks of the market. And so I wanted to go over last Friday's trading session, what I was able to catch off a really nice 400% move, and then I wanted to go over today's trading session as well, covering over some live archives of the trading sessions that I've had. And so I'll post or I'll be able to pull up the recording back from this live stream, and then I'll also post that to the members trading on YouTube as well. I've been posting a couple of videos of past live streams on there, and I think I have a good solid 3 more to upload coming into this week. So stay tuned for those. I'm really excited to share those with you because a lot of those have really good information to be part of and to understand how some of these stocks move. And I love to watch them back and continue to practice my own trading strategy as I get better and size up into this market, because I'm at this spot right now where I think my strategy is pretty good and I just need to continue sizing in order to put in even more profit into my pocket. So let's go over what ended up happening on last week's trading session on FCUV. And so this one right here, you can see I made $144 after fees, about $10 off the top, 134 to finish off the day. And then you can see here on the top right as well, that's $77 profit coming into today. I was peaked at around 120, I do believe, and I gave a little bit back off the top, more than I would want, but I ended up getting caught in a rejection later today, which I'll cover over. I really thought we were going to squeeze and make a really nice move. And so this is the P&L from last Friday, which we ended up trading FCUV, and we did really well. We had an average winner about $24. Our largest winner was actually 114, which was a really nice pull away pattern. So let's go over and break down this entire trading session. I did post this to DTSM as well, and so let's zoom in here and kind of take a bigger look of how this move was working. And so I ended up getting in really early. I bought a little bit of a dip coming into 260s here. The stock starts rallying up, and I do see that it has news at this time, and it pops up to around 3. It drops back down. I end up buying the dip off of 260s, and it squeezes immediately to 4. But as this time was happening, I was thinking about one of two things. The first thing, it was popping up to 350s, and I was like, do I take profit into this area? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I want to look to add off this. And as soon as it broke over 4, I was like, okay, let me take a little bit off. I bought a pullback down underneath 4, buying the dip, selling into 5s, and that was the really nice winner to start my morning off coming into FCUV. And I really wasn't expecting much. I took a short position earlier on CYCU. I was small green on that. I tried to take a long position on that as well. Didn't end up working out. And so after catching this really nice winner, I was like, okay, let me hold on to some shares here. I didn't sell full profit coming into 5. I was holding, I think, around 13 shares at the time, maybe a little bit more, maybe 25. And then it ends up dipping down just underneath 4, giving us a really nice 1-minute candle setup for the first candle to break over the previous resistance level of 5. And so I gave it some time to hold up. I saw it was breaking over 550s. I immediately added. I took some profit underneath 6. It squeezes to 650s. I take a little bit more profit off, and then I was holding the rest all the way up to 8. I was holding, I think, around this time 13 shares. Really beautiful winner on this trade right here. It dips down. I end up buying the dip off of 7. It pops back up to 750s. I end up selling the rest flat here as it came down, stopping me out around break even off this add back. And then as soon as it starts curling back up, I add for the breakout through 7. It squeezes to 750. I take some profit off. I let it reset. I add back for the breakout through 7. It pops up to 750 and then immediately flushes, stops me out completely flat. And I actually took a little bit of a loss on this trade because it happened so quickly when I got in. I was really being cautious on not taking really huge losers, and I just wanted to pull in as much winners as possible as I could. And then all of a sudden, the stock starts pulling back up as it held over the 9 EMA here. And what I was looking in this area is typically the core rejection pattern, and this is a pattern that I like to call sell out a lot because it's an opportunity for a really nice squeeze. And so the way I look at a curl rejection pattern, I'm going to pull up the Paint software here real quick, is we kind of have a really nice move, and then we have a kind of semi rejection where it's trading between a volatility range, and you typically get one or two rejections off the top, and then that creates a little bit of a resistance level that it needs to break over. And so after that, the second rejection happens, if the stock starts curling right back up, all of a sudden shorts are going to start covering, and then you're going to get that really nice squeeze up to the high as more buying momentum is coming through in this area. And that's exactly what I was looking at when we were starting to curl back around. As soon as we broke over 750, I punched it. It popped up to around 8, it dropped back down. I held for a split moment, and then it squeezed straight through 9, and I was taking some profit. And there was a similar setup that happened today that I ended up taking the same trade, and I'll cover over that on the stock that we traded today, which was it's unfortunate, but YHFM. I was green on that, and it ended up giving back some profit off the top. It is what it is, overall I'm green, but I had a decent amount of profit on it to start. So I end up adding here, looking for the breakout through $8 a share. It squeezes all the way to 9. I didn't pull anything out at over 950s. I was actually looking for the pullback and then the squeeze through 10. I added looking for the break through 9, but I was stopping out on the way back down, stopping out break even here. And then I end up adding back, and it kind of pops up and drops down in this area, and I just leave it alone. I thought, okay, we're kind of choppy here. We're not pulling away. We're not looking for the new highs. There's some sellers stepping up. And so at that point there, the tape wasn't really confirming any of my entries anymore. And I just kind of took a step back and was like, all right, let's just see what ends up happening. And I didn't take any more trades on it. That was it for FCUV until a little bit later on in the morning, where I think I took a couple scalps. I got a little bit of profit here and there, but nothing crazy. So that was FCUV this morning. Let's go over the stock that I ended up trading today. I took a couple different opportunities here. I'm going to pull it up on Fuga Edge real quick. So overall, $70 profit. I ended up peaking at around $114 after fees, and then ended up giving back some off the top. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to, I thought I was going to crawl back up to highs here, but the stocks that ended up making a nice move. And then I ended up giving back some off the top. So let me pull up the trading session from today as well. Let me see here the chart, and then let's go to YHFM. Blow this up a little bit so we can all see this. And so this one ended up making a nice move this morning. It ends up making a pretty crazy squeeze up towards about $3 here from about 50 cents, and it squeezes immediately. And I didn't capture any of this because it happened so quickly. I wasn't able to pull it up as fast as possible and jump in. And so I just let it go here. I ended up taking a breakout, looking for the squeeze back up to 3. It doesn't go. I had the right idea though, as it held off the 9 EMA here and then squeezes right back up. It's curl rejection pattern for the break back through $3 a share, and it squeezes all the way up to about $4. I end up adding for the breakout, micro pullback squeeze all the way up to about 380s. It drops back down, gives you that ABCD type of pattern here. I add for the breakout, and in this area here, it was really choppy. I was looking for the squeeze all the way through 4, maybe 450s, but it rejected each time, and I was taking a little bit of profit here. And then off this curl off of 4, I was looking for a nice squeeze. I gave back a little bit of profit, and then same thing here. I was looking for the breakthrough 4, and then this one popped to 412, and then immediately rejected the 360s, and that was my last trade on it. That, it is what it is. It rejected so quickly. I had to sell flat there and manage some risk, and that would have been a good opportunity to even take a short position as it dropped back down, because you can see it here now. It's at 180s here, and so I was debating on whether I wanted to short locate this and buy the shares. I decided against it because there was so much range and volatility on it. I just left it alone. I had a really nice short opportunity today on GNPX, which I'll go over, and what I was looking for on that stock. So I recently covered over my short trading strategy and what I'm looking for over on a YouTube video I recently posted and a stream that I went over. So I went over, how I short locate, the processes behind what am I looking for every day I come into the market now that I'm looking to short sell. And this one fit my criteria very well. It was light volume, not very many buyers on it, and it was also cheap to locate. And so I ended up paying about 68 cents for 100 shares, and it was super, super easy to locate fees for. And so I ended up buying shares, and I saw that there was a little bit of resistance coming into 7. So I added for the dip off of 7, half my shares, and then filling as it came back down below 650s, a full share size. I take some profit below 6. There was some buying support, and then it immediately crushes down below, and I'm taking profits at around 5, and then all the way up down to 460s. It happened within like an instant. It was awesome. It was one of the best shorts that I've taken so far between my short trading journey and strategy, and it was just so nice. It ends up popping back up here. I end up selling a little bit more shares coming into 5. It doesn't break that level. I stop out flat for the rest of the shares there and took off a really nice $81 winner. So let's go over some of the trades I ended up taking on my live trading session and the recordings from this live stream today, because it was a really nice short opportunity. So let me pull up that. I do have those here that we can go over. The first one I want to go over is FCUV. This was a really nice opportunity here. I'm going to blow this up here so we can see better. Okay, so this was this morning. There we go. All right, so this was coming into Friday morning. You can see FCUV up $150 at that time. I'm going to pull this back coming into the start of this move. Took us some opportunities on CYCU, and then all of a sudden, look how early on I ended up catching this move on FCUV. So this one ends up making a nice pop-up here. I see volume coming on the tape, and immediately I took that as an opportunity for me to start jumping in. And so this next 1-minute candle opens here. I see a dip here. I see green on the tape start to spiral in, and typically that green gives me, okay, green means go. Buyers are coming in, especially early on in this move. I don't see any news on it at this time. My camera's in the way here, but I don't see any news on it at this very moment. But I do believe this ended up coming out with news a little bit later on in the day. And so this one ends up pulling away up over 262 here. I add for the breakout through 260s, and then I see a nice pop there, and I'm waiting for the moment where it's going to start pulling away, because it doesn't immediately fail, and that gives me conviction to hold this position. And then all of a sudden we're up to $4 a share, and I'm in at 262, which is amazing. I was in one of the first buyers to jump in this for that nice squeeze. Ends up dropping out here. I take a little bit of profit holding 13 shares on this move, and then on that next 1-minute candle here, as it's holding over 5, I end up adding back around $4 a share, looking for the pull away back over 450s. So I end up adding here, taking a little bit of profit off, looking for the squeeze through 5, ends up pulling away to 5. I take some more profit off, holding a small share size, about 16 shares. And now I'm looking for the breakthrough $5 a share. So right in this area, I end up adding for the breakout over 550s. Right about here, I see green on the tape, ends up squeezing all the way up through 550s. And then at this point right here, what I should have been doing, instead of taking profit, I should have been adding back to this position for the breakthrough 6, because it squeezed through 645, and then pops all the way to 7. And then at that time, between 7, you're looking for a short squeeze all the way to $8 a share, which here it taps 767, drops back down, and then pushes one more last time for the breakthrough 8. And that would have been really nice. And so I was holding about 5 shares in this area, scaling out of that position really nicely. And I end up adding back right about in this area here. It doesn't pop up immediately, so I take a little bit off. It's green, but a very small amount. Holding the rest, looking for a bigger pop back through $8 a share. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky in this area, because I end up buying, looking for the breakout through the first 1-minute candle to make a new high just before the squeeze. But it doesn't go, and I protect some risk selling flat. And so it was a green trade, but not by much. And then, we kind of just chop out in this area. It pops up, drops down. You get a small curve rejection pattern for the breakthrough 9. And that's when I end up, punching this really nicely and end up pulling out another really nice winner. And so right here in this area, what ends up happening is it sets up for that curl rejection pattern. We have that first leg in this area, that pop on the 1 minute chart, possible 5 minute breakout setup, as well as that next high over 740s, 750s ish. And so I see it pop over 770s. I end up adding here. I give it a moment as it holds. It drops about 10-20 cents below my entry. That's fine as long as it's not rejecting, it's still holding up. I can even add to this position. And I probably should have been aggressive and added to it, because all of a sudden buyers came in looking for the breakout through 8 as this didn't fail, and then immediately shoots up to $9 a share. And that's when I take a little bit of profit off. And I actually have a little bit more profit here. I'm holding about $30-$40 of profit in this area, especially as it squeezes up to 650s. But I end up not selling any of shares, and I actually add to this position because I want to see the breakthrough 10. And so I end up adding here 75 shares looking for the breakthrough 10, but then it just slowly sells off, and I never end up getting that curl pattern that I'm really looking for. So I sell flat there, up 150 bucks, but it just doesn't end up go, and I kind of just leave it alone in this area. And so let's go over the trade on GNPX here today as well, which was the stock that I was short on this morning. So you can see this short trade here, which the chart will become available soon, but I end up adding to this position. So let's see here. I'm going to pull it up from yesterday's trading session. Or no, sorry, this morning's trading session. There we go. All right, so GNPX was early on in this morning, just before this move. All right, so I see it pull away here, and I immediately see that locates were pretty cheap, and so I ended up purchasing locates. And I was actually this was a risky setup, and I'll explain why. One, we have a curl pattern here, possibly for the tap back through 8, so I wanted to be really patient, but there was some selling pressure in this area that I was like, it's kind of interesting because buyers aren't really confident on this one. It does have news, it's a low float, this one could be a little bit riskier of a setup, but in this area I was really looking for it to drop right back down. And so I ended up taking the starter there at 7. It drops to 660s. That kind of gave me confidence to add to this position later on because it dropped so quickly when I added. And so it comes back up here. It doesn't stop me out. My stop is probably at the high of this previous candle around 730s. And right here, as it starts to fade and dip back down, I take that as an opportunity to add to this position. And so it retests VWAP. It gives me confirmation to add off the VWAP level, and I'm in at 670s. It gives a moment here where it pops back up. I'm kind of break even on it, and then immediately all of a sudden it just starts tanking, and I am taking some profit on the way down, and it just was a beautiful short trade. It was awesome. It was a really good setup. So that was my trades from yesterday and today. Some of the best opportunities that I ended up pulling out. Just over, I think, $250 profit total from my best entries and exits and where I finished on the day. So I do appreciate everyone for tuning into this video. If you haven't already checked out DTSM, please do. In the community over there, I love the guys. They help out so much with very small things every now and then, small hotkey changes. There's some really good fellows over there. So give it a shout, give it a try, and hopefully we'll see you in the next live stream tomorrow morning at 6:45. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you then. Peace, guys.